Harneet Bhatt, I'm an internist, hospitalist. Um, I've been in startup companies for quite a while. My first job was at Sutter Health, became medical director, then chief medical officer at Sutter Santa Rosa. And then 6 years, I was in Illinois at OSF Health, again as a chief medical officer and at a level 1 trauma center. We had our own venture fund, 50 million that grew to 125. So that's where I got started, exposed to a lot of startups. Got my MBA at Kellogg. Sonam and I did it together. So I can actually tell you that she's a great dancer and she'd be wonderful at Bollywood TikToks whenever she starts making them. From an angel investing side, I probably have a portfolio of 25, 27 companies. I cannot keep up. I do a lot of advisory work as well. Have had a lot of exits and two last year, should have another one this year and hopefully one next year. And then about 6 months ago, Sudeep, who is my older brother, he's a computer engineer. He and I started looking at RPM space because there's a gap out there. And then as Medicare started reimbursements, we felt that this is a space that's going to explode like telemedicine did a few years ago. With that, I'll get into HealthArch. Basically, it's a RPM model, remote patient monitoring. Some of you might already know the term, some of you don't. To give a little background, right now, patients, when they check their blood pressure, blood sugars, their weight, or any kind of activity, all of that sits on that device, never makes it to the physician. And if they have blood pressure that's running high or a sugar that's running high, they'll probably see their PCP in 3 months, maybe in 6 months. PCP will say, okay, go, I'm going to start your new medicine and come back in 3 months. So they remain uncontrolled during all this time. They may end up in a hospital before that. It leads to higher cost of for the insurance as well. So we know that there's a big disconnectivity out there, which increases cost. HealthArch, we built devices. Some are, we have white label devices as well as we integrate with other vendors out there. So imagine the patient now checking a blood pressure or their weight or the blood sugar at home. And all of that data is connected either through our app and then gets onto the physician's dashboard, or it's a cellular device. So the patient has to do nothing. They have to do no pairing. They take the machine out of the box. They check their blood pressure. It shows up in the dashboard of the provider, like this on the right-hand side, and then also gives them the graphs. And the physician, talking about physician experience and quadruple aim, the PCP or the physician does not have to do any of this. Usually it's their medical assistant in the office or their RN who's managing it. And all of this becomes reimbursable by Medicare and all the insurances out there. Ours is a fully remote care model. So within the platform, you can go and order devices that go straight to the patient's home or through the physician's office, whichever is convenient. And we try to simplify the whole procedure. This is how our app looks. It walks a patient through exactly what they will be checking and how. For a pulse ox, it'll tell them how to put it on. For a blood pressure, it'll tell them how to put it on. As they get a reading, they get to see it. Now, talking about telemedicine, we actually added up telemedicine within our app for free, just for our users or our providers. So basically, if you have a patient who has a reading that's out of control, or you need to reach out to them, within the app, you can just press phone call or select them for an office visit and they get to sign up for an office visit, or you can do a video call. And we provide all the service for free within our platform once we have a customer who's using it. Why now? As you know, telemedicine has exploded, and going forward, we expect a lot of the outpatient care to grow versus inpatient care. So we expect, about 20% of all ED visits, et cetera, are going to become remote care models. And Medicare and insurances reimburse for the RPM. The benefit is we all get triple aim. There's better health, lower cost, and better care for the patient. Market size is huge. Just the CCM, which is chronic care management, is about $100 billion just in the US. RPM is about $200 billion. And we made a conservative case that if we can reach 40 million patients or have a pie of that, that's about $40 billion out there that's up for grabs. And on top of that, the devices, you're talking about another $20 billion if you have 100 million devices. Here's the best slide that I like. We are at a seed stage raise right now, but we are already growing pretty fast and have great revenue growth. So we started actually in September, and so far we are exceeding our projections. We already have 12 or more enterprise clients. One of them is a large $2 billion health system, academic health system. And then on the extreme end, we might have smaller practices of PCPs, cardiology, endocrine, neurology, etc. We have an ARR at this time around 400,000 a year, and we're growing it every month. So for a startup that launched 6 months ago, this is actually insanely good. We expect our ARR with our pipeline that we have, we expect to end around $1 million by the end of this year, which would then put us through for a probable Series A around that time. Our differentiators, again, it's a crowded field. There's a lot of RPM companies out there, but we do try to stand out. And if you look at our UX, you'll understand why it is the best out there. Plus, we kept the pricing simple. We have our cellular devices are already covered no matter where you are in the country, etc. And I won't bore you with a lot of these things. Our business model, we are a bundled device plus SaaS fee together. And when Medicare reimburses the PCP, let's say $135 a month, we get a cut out of it, and then they keep the rest of it. So the physician does not have to pay out of pocket. Patient does not have to pay out of pocket. We get to charge a fee, and then the practice gets a fee just by using their MA that they already have in the office. IP strategy, we're working on some more devices that are not out in the market yet. It's a pre-FDA, probably some stuff that will probably come out of next year. I'm not at a stage to disclose that today. Next 12 months, we're looking to build our team and expand patients within our existing clients, as well as add on the large clients that we have in the pipeline. Right now, Sudeep and I have been putting time and effort into it, and we have a team of 7 or 8 FTEs. But the pipeline we have, we cannot actually cater to all the providers out there as of today. So hence the raise. And then we also are looking for good advisors and board members who can be value add for our company going forward. Introducing the team, Sudeep, as I said, my older brother, he's been in IT and Fortune 200 companies for biz dev for years. And then, as I said, I've been in healthcare my whole life. One of the top 100 CMOs by Becker, blah, 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 and advisor to multiple companies out there. And these are our real testimonials. We have, sorry? Okay, these are real testimonials from some of our customers. I'll let you read at your pleasure. And now we can open up for any questions.